Well, welcome back to another episode of So Problematic. This is your girl, Cece.
And Jay.
And we have our guest today from the Liquor Talk Podcast. I know first of all, I need to back that up real quick because if you ever heard the way that he introduced people, it be lit.
Oh, really?
Yes, his introduction be lit. Okay, let me back that up.
Really?
Welcome back to another episode of So Problematic. This is your girl, Cece.
And Jay.
And we got the big homie in the building. I'm telling you, he always bringing the big ass collaborations. Tune into his podcast.
That is true.
Definitely. Like, true. I can't hype it the way he hype it up. But listen, we got the liquor talk with us on this podcast today, okay? Welcome, Victor. Thank you for coming to our platform and being with us.
Thank y'all for having me on, ladies. Thank you for having me on.
Listen,
ladies.
I tried, okay?
He do. You really doing the most.
Don't worry about it. At least you tried. You tried. You know what I'm saying? That you put forth the effort because some people, they don't even put forth the effort. So, you know what I'm saying? You good.
Listen, every time I go into your podcast, you hype everybody up, and then I just go to their page. You make them, like, you make us want to go to that person's page because you be hyping everybody up like this.
Yeah, that's true. I be listening.
And I love it. I love it because you're bringing people on your platform and you're letting people know, like, hey, they took the time to come to my platform. I gotta introduce them the correct way. So I need to write down some notes so I can get there to your level, yo.
And what you be doing before you get these little intros going? You be like a shot or two. What you be doing?
I know.
We need to know.
No, sometimes I just be excited to hit record, honestly, because sometimes because when you think about everyday life, you're just going through the motions. But then when you get to do something you're passionate about, you just bring it. And one thing I've learned is I could do it with liquor or no liquor. I just bring it.
Oh, well, are we on some liquor today?
I ain't gonna lie, I am on some liquor today because I knew today was going. Yeah, today is gonna be a long one because I gotta record with y'all and then I gotta go shoot a movie with some friends later. So,
definitely plug that shit in real quick. Like, so when is the movie coming out?
Yeah, when is it?
Let's see. He told me that movie is gonna be coming out in November. There's one already out right now. It's called Stop Resisting. So
okay. And where can we find that?
That one's on YouTube. Like I said, I'll send y'all the link.
Yes, please do.
Definitely.
Please do. Send some link. Now I must ask, where did you get your podcast name? What made you say Liquor Talk? I mean, yes, it's obvious to be like, okay, liquor and you know, alcohol makes you talk, but what made you come up with that name? What made you say it's what you want in your podcast?
Okay, well, I'll tell y'all the story now. We're gonna take it back to Tallahassee. When I was at my last year at FAMU, and I think I was just home chilling one night because at this point I'm just over the parties and stuff. I'm just home chilling. I'm playing my PlayStation. I'm sipping on something, and I'm having these random ass thoughts of just giving my opinions on things. And then I said I should record these, and then it turned into Snapchat videos. So I was shooting Snapchat videos. And I call it, sometimes I call it Hennessy talk. I call it whatever bottle I was sipping on. I just called it that talk. And when the bottle ran out, I called it a finale. And then I looked into podcasting. Well, that went on for like a year. Now I looked into podcasting and I saw people recording podcasts. And I was like, I could do this. And then I recruited someone for episode 1. And ever since episode 1, we just been rolling. Let's have just been rolling. We just dropped episode 186 on yesterday. So we just been rolling.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. That is what's up.
I love that.
Yeah.
So do you see your podcast platform doing something big one day, or are you doing this for like hobby, you know, like where do you see you taking your podcast at this point?
I see myself taking it somewhere big to like having our own platform, to having like my own show, you know what I'm saying? To have, like I said, have regular guests on, but have more guests on. And that's why I want to go with it, to have something big to where it's less, I'm not going to a 9-to-5 job to where I'm just getting paid for hit and play on my laptop, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Let me appreciate that. And you definitely put the effort and the motion into getting to that platform. You really do. You really do. And you incorporate other podcasters, which is awesome as well. You have a big collaboration base, as I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one podcast missing from that collaboration base, you know. Y'all know who it is.
That is. Who that is? You? Ain't me. Because we're going to get that thing popping soon. Don't worry about nothing, y'all. Say 2 for that one.
Definitely. We'll schedule that in.
So,
right. As long as y'all know, I ain't going to
listen, we reciprocate with no problems. Yes. No problems. I will say one thing about you, that you're very vocal when it comes to like talk about it Tuesdays, when we post questions, when other podcasters post questions. I always see you in the comments, which is a good thing because that shows that you definitely are very interactive. You make sure you have your presence is known, but you definitely bring your presence to other people's pages, letting them know that you see them, and we appreciate and we love that about you. Yeah. And that's why I felt like the topic that I can bring to you, I could bring to you. And because you are very active on social media, just like me and Cece, well, more of a Cece than a me, but us, there's a topic that I found very interesting. And before we get into our main topic, it was with Cool Out Corner. They posted a little question. Shout out to them. Woo woo. Right. And it was to women, and it said, would you allow your husband, I'm gonna say husband, for the women, to be a stay-at-home dad? And for me, would you allow, or would you be okay with it?
Okay, now, because allow is different than being okay with it. Because allow carries like I'm letting you do it because I said so. You know what I mean? Rather than having, because with marriage, it's about communication. So you have to word that kind of differently. Like, can't say allow, because it's like you telling me what I can and can't do.
The reason why I say allow is because for him to be a stay-at-home father, you have to allow it to happen. If he comes to you and says, hey, I want to be a stay-at-home dad, if you're like, nah, I can't do that, big homie, you're not going to allow it, because at the end of the day, we can't afford it. I'm not going to work my extra hours that I need to. So the communication is the fact of he's bringing it to me, and do I agree on it, and want to allow it to actually bring forth. That's what I meant by allow.
Okay.
I'm not so much as saying, oh, you can't, cannot, but it's like, no, I can't allow that to happen, because I don't want to work full time like that, because somebody's staying home, somebody has to work more hours and pick up the financial pace. I said, I don't mind it as long as he has to do all the things that I would do as a stay-at-home mother. Everything. I don't want to hear about no homework, no appointments. You better be going run them kids to all of that. If I got to be home, if I have to be at work making the bread to support bills, lifestyle, outside of the house bills, and everybody's comfort, I have to be working. You got to do it all in my book. But as a man, first question is, would you want to be a stay-at-home father? Is that something that you've ever thought that you'd want to do, first of all? And do you think, or in your opinion, do you think that a man can equal up to a stay-at-home mother? Because, stay-at-home mom be doing the most on Pinterest and all the good stuff. So do you think a father can equal that, or match up to that, or be on the same board, or just as good as a stay-at-home mother?
I think first question, I do think a man could, if he's stepping up and he's doing everything he needs to do for the kids, he can match up. If he's doing everything I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, no homework, no assignments, all the appointments, running all the appointments, cooking, cleaning, all of that. If he's taking care of it, good for him. Now, would I do it? Probably not, because I was always brought up as to be the provider, as I was always taught that the man has to go out and go get it. Now, the one way I would consider doing it is if I had a work from home job full time, meaning I had a job where I could be work from home, but still taking care of everything. Because back when I worked at call centers, they'll be on your ass about like, oh, at this time, where were you and this stuff. I'm like, I'm home chilling. I'm home cooking. Y'all. Do I want to listen to these people fussing, or do I want to get up and make me something to eat? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I be taking control, you know what I'm saying? So if I had a work from home job to where I could be at home running everything and stuff, and to where I could just, when she gets home, she can handle whatever I didn't handle. So if I had that, if I'm still making income, okay, I'd be okay with that. Now, if something happens to me then where I'm forced to work from home, or if I'm first forced to just be out of it, then yeah. But more than likely, that's not going to happen, because I'm going to be the one to be like, hey, I'm going to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always taught that, hey, we got to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta go get it.
I
agree.
Listen, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I have no problems if my husband wanted to stay at home, but I do have my stipulations, and there is a list that you're going to have to be doing, because I'm not going to be working on 80 hours a week and be coming home and doing all the foolishness. Not foolish, but just the stuff that you could be doing when you're home and not working at all. It's not fair to me.
And you'd be working 80 hours a week if he just stayed at home.
Well, there are so many women who are the breadwinners, and I do know 2 men who I wish I could bring them on this podcast one day, who they are stay-at-home fathers. And let me tell you, one, she's a lawyer and her husband stays home. And she's putting in hours. She's there from sun up to sundown in these cases to provide the life for their family, to provide, because their kids go to good schools. They have a nice, beautiful house up north. They do the most, and kudos to them. Right. No problems, but she does put in some hours.
But is he doing his part is the question.
Well, I mean,
that's all that matters. If he's doing his part, then I mean, it for them, it should equal out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if she's doing all of that and still got to come home and do some shit, we got to talk.
See, that's the reason why. I mean,
whether it's liquor talk or problematic talk, we got to talk.
See, that's the reason why I kind of feel like I don't know their in and outs of their workings, because we don't discuss that part too toughly.
Yeah.
But I will say that they both still have to come home and still do some parts. And it's just because they just might feel like, hey, you're doing good in these areas, but there's something that's missing, like appointment was missed or this game was missed. And it's like, come on. So, but he was saying the hours, they got to work those long hours to provide the finances. A lot of times with a one family income, a lot of parents the one parent is home, the other parent's working like crazy. They're rarely around. And kudos to them. Like I wasn't raised in that manner. I do want to be with a man who is going to provide financially as well. How much of it, we'll work that out when we get to that road, big homie, but he has to provide. I'm not going to be sitting up in here doing everything. It's not going to happen. So
agreed. Now I do have this, because I've heard stories about some women being the breadwinner, but then they look down on the man they're with. I'm like, but you chose him though. Why are you looking down on him?
That is true.
You chose him. You know what I'm saying? You knew you were the breadwinner when y'all together, but now y'all together for some years. Now I can understand if it's a case where the man is not making any progress, if he's still in that same spot where you met him. I get that. But if he's trying, but you're still looking down on him, that's the part where I do raise an issue at. And that's why I was like, you know what? I gotta go get it no matter what, because with some women, it's just you can't win for losing.
It's true. That part. That is very true. You're very right. There are, and I think it goes both ways, but I think it goes with women more. And you're right about that.
Yeah, like you chose him. Right, like nobody put no gun to your head and make you say that's your nigga. Like
that is true.
Like
that is true.
So I agree with that. Like you chose that lifestyle, and if you sat there and you let him stay in that position, that's between y'all. You chose that.
Now, there's a big topic concerning that on social media, or just in general, in conversations at brunches, whatever, is where, just like how you said, like you chose him. Now, a lot of single women who are working and doing the most single-handedly are not wanting men who don't match up. In the sense where a lot of men are saying, well, she doesn't want to work with me to get and to build a legacy and to build a foundation. But do you feel like the reason why is that same reason, that if she's working all those hours, or if she's working hard, that she wants the man to work equally as hard as she is? Or do you feel like women just don't want to work with a man anymore? They're just sick of the shit. Like, how do you feel in that topic, in a sense?
I feel like it's a combination of both, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you got some women who are just sick of it, and there's some women who say they want to work with the man but don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and there's just some other factors, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it depends on the person. That's what it all boils down to. At the end of the day, boils down to how this person feels in their, and what's in their heart at the end of the day. So that'll tell you what you need to know about the person. So I do feel like there's a lot of women out there who aren't willing to work for with a man, and will just settle with being single, you know what I'm saying? And which is, I get, but I get you don't want to feel like you're selling, but just because you might be selling today, who knows? You get the right man with ambition, a couple years from now, y'all be Jay and Beyonce. Who knows?
Exactly.
That is true. That is true.
But you just got to be careful of falling in love with potential too. A lot of people fall in love with potential.
That is true.
Selling dreams and then don't fall through with it. So it's up to you to figure out how long you're gonna stay in it and deal with it. And if you don't see progress, you have to know that it's time to move on. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, or be that support system for your man, because sometimes a man does need that support to say, hey, my woman need to have my back. But the women today, I'm noticing, like, they don't want to support, or they feel like they better than the man, and it's just too much. It's too many egos on both ends.
That's very, very true, especially like a lot of women that don't want to support and help a man out. I do value very true. Now, I can single-handedly understand why also, only because there are some women who have been there, done that, in a sense, where there's women who've been with men and helped them and tried to build a legacy and got screwed over, or might feel like he was wasting their time and wasn't getting there. So I can understand her apprehension and her wanting him to have his own now, instead of helping him build, especially at a certain age. At a certain age, you cannot bash an older woman for wanting a man to have his shit together before being with her. Because if 40s and 50s is not cute, you getting your shit together still. And this woman's in her 40s. She ain't trying to work with you no more, homie. She's trying to make sure you have it, because you should have some legging by that time. It shouldn't be a scratch from scratch situation. So I can also see how a lot of women would feel when it's like, yo, bro, you 40 and 50. No, we ain't doing that 30 and 20 shit no more.
But the question also is, at 40, does she have her shit together? Because it got to go both ways.
Sure, but we're talking about women who do and look down on the man because they don't. Because it's like,
she do, and
it's hard to work with him, because it's like, hey, bro, like, I'm 40 and 50 and I got mine. It's like, what, you should too. But then it's like, you can't let your past hinder your future. But then again, you can't be stupid about it either, to where it's like you're just being free and handing out opportunities to everybody. So I guess, like what you said is very right, Victor, where it's like, listen, you got to be very cautious, and to each their own. Everybody is different, but I could see where the woman does come off a little bit, because I'm personally not willing to work with a man right now to build a future. I'm not. I'm be honest with you. I work too hard. I've come too far in my journey that I want somebody who knows what the hell he's doing at this point. Like, I can't go back there again. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. That's just me. I don't know how you might feel about that, how you feel personally. So we want to know, I mean, do you feel that way? Wait, we even asked if you married or what? Are you taken? Are you engaged? we over here like, I don't know how you might feel. You might not want to say it. You might just want to say it's complicated.
Listen, I'm open to say it. I'm single and I'm chilling right now, because I'm just like, you know what? It's just a whole bunch of people that will waste time. It's like, it's like the dating pool. I done said this on so many different podcasts.
It's a mess.
The dating pool definitely got more. It got more than pee in it. It got some. Sometimes I'm starting to think, damn, don't spit out your water over there.
There's more than pee.
He said it's more than pee. It ain't liquor, but it ain't pee.
I'm just keeping it real now. It gotta be, if it's this many single people on social media always complaining and stuff. So
very true.
But I feel you. I'm tired too. It's just you get tired of trying and put forth the effort. Then they find they found one flaw about you, and then it's like, oh, I'm not interested. I'm like,
that's what I'm noticing. Yeah, I noticed the same thing. Like, I feel like people are trying to find the perfect person.
True.
Because social media has put out this perfect image on everything.
True.
And do you feel the same way? Like, you feel like you said, once they see one flaw, it's like moving on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not gonna find a perfect person.
No,
there is no perfect person.
No,
there isn't. And that's right. Everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses, and everybody's trying to have their eye test, you know what I'm saying, on what they see on social media. I'm like, don't y'all know social media is just a front? I'm like, it may it may look good, but is it good for you? That's the question too.
That part.
That's true. And differentiating what you want out of it, because I feel like half those parties they throw is waste my money. I'm cheap. I don't care for gender reveals. I don't care for engagement parties. I don't care for meet and greet crafts. Let me tell you something. That's too much going on. And I think people are being soaked up into the love story that's not reality. All you're seeing is when they get these photographers and they dress up. What you're not seeing is when they home damn near killing each other, in the background. So I think social media does put on a facade, but with the facade comes the hate. Also, which, was our main thing that I really wanted to get into your mind with is there is in social media, I would say, I wouldn't call him an influencer. I call him a person that has a lot of followers. And he is big on speaking to women. Like, he'll tell women, for example, oh, if a man ain't cash apping you money and sending you this, he a sucker, he a fool, don't go by him. Or he'll tell the men, oh, if you ain't paying her bills, if you ain't doing this, then some other dude's gonna do it for her. Get out the way, you're a sucker, you a fool. And so he gets a lot of hate, a lot of pushback, predominantly from men. He's a man. He said that he's not trying to tell women how to be women. He's just telling them how not to be suckers over men.
You sent me one, didn't you?
So yeah, I did. He basically said that a man should be paying for all the woman's bills and cash apping her money for her hair, her nails, and all of the above. He is a bit extreme, but I will say, do you feel like he's 100% wrong? And why do men hate him when he says things like this? Like, why?
I'm gonna play one for you so you can hear him.
Okay.
I'm gonna play one for you.
You never sent the money before. You never bought a car before. You've never bought an expensive gift before. You've never paid rent before. You've never done anything. So when these women start speaking about men that provide, shut the fuck up. She's not talking to you. Stay in your lane to find the women that like your type. I don't understand the big dilemma here. They're not talking to you. 50-50 men are 50-50 women. Just like when women say they don't want to date men with babies, the men with babies don't pay them no mind. You should do the same too. You don't provide, they're not talking to you.
He call you bozo.
He does. He calls them bozo.
But he talks like that on all
his stuff. So, what do you think?
He's not somebody I'm gonna be listening to or inviting on Liquor Talk anytime soon. Number one, because it's like it's just he's like, he got this mindset that money must grow on trees in his mind. Cause I'm like, the way he be talking about, oh, we gotta have this. I'm like, but what about my bills though? I'm supposed to come first. Nah, he's definitely wrong. It's like, now if we together, we'll work that out. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort around here, because it's like, we about to be in 2021. It's about to be 2022. It's like, no, we got to be pulling this thing together, because shit out here is expensive. It ain't how it used to be back when our parents and grandparents were coming up. Shit is expensive as hell now. It's like, it's just, I'm of the mindset now. It's like, you do for me and I do for you. It's simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Because we in this thing together. Because I done seen some women going all out for their man. And it's like, you know what? Where these women at? It's like, and they be complaining about, I go all out for their man, but the man don't reciprocate. But I'm like, if I had that, it's nothing to me. It's nothing to me to reciprocate. You do for me, I do for you. As simple as that. So that man right there, he got a messed up mindset, and I think he's so used to dealing with people with money and stuff. That's what it is, because he's used to dealing with people with a whole bunch of money that just got money to blow, instead of people that are out here grinding and getting it. So if you're one of the people who got money to blow, then you can listen to him. But if you out here on the grind, on your grind, and gotta get it, and gotta take care of yourself, take care of yourself first, because it's no guarantee you're gonna keep that woman, even if you throw all the money at her. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as the money run out, she'll bounce on you.
Okay. Love your points on that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when he said that to stay in your lane part? I can say I agree with him to a certain extent, because he was basically saying, you know, if you are a 50-50 man who wants to do the bills 50-50, find a woman that's willing to do that with you. But if you can't be a man who doesn't want to do 50-50, or a woman who wants a man to take care of all your bills, and then find a man who's like, no, I want to go 50-50. Like you gotta date within your criteria or within your range. Meaning, if you know that, for example, I want to say, for example, I want a man that's going to take care of all the bills and buy me things, take care of my nails, get my nails done, do all this. If you know this about me, and you know that you can't financially do it, shouldn't you just leave me the hell alone and push on and find somebody you can do it for? Or why? I feel like that's what he's trying to say, in the sense where it's like, why are you going for these women that you know require all of this? When you know you can't do all of that? Shouldn't you just leave her alone? Shouldn't you just leave her alone? Or even women, leave him alone if you know that he can't give you all that, and find somebody who you feel like you can. I don't think money should be the requirement of a relationship, no.
Right.
But in the sense of what he's saying, like, how do you feel about him saying, stay in your lane, stop trying to go for what you know you cannot keep up with financially and emotionally and mentally with?
I can agree with that part.
To a degree, I agree, but I also believe you should shoot for the stars, because you just never
shoot for the stars.
You just never know, because that woman might say all that, but then you spend some time with her, you treat her good, you treat her right, you fake it till you make it a little bit, you might change your mind. You never know, because some women will say, oh, I'm not having a baby with, I want to have a baby by this man, but another man come along, she having his baby. So you just never know. This shit is unpredictable. You can't predict this shit.
That's true.
So you're trying to say, try it out, and if it don't work, it don't work. But if it do, yay for you.
But for me, presentation in dating is big, because I feel like if that's what you're introducing, even if I say it and I'm testing you, because women do that. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective.
All the time.
We got women test and say, hey, I want the works. I want dinner. I want you to get my nails done. And we only in the dating phase. I'm gonna see if you're gonna do that, right?
Yeah.
But if you tell me no, or you go against the grain, and you're just like, you know, do something different for me instead, either I'm gonna be like, okay, I see what you're doing. I like it. I'm gonna stick by it, or I'm gonna be out. But I think that presentation, like in the beginning, is big, because if you start doing it for me, I'm gonna expect it afterwards.
And that's true, and I do respect that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you do have to do that. I do agree with that. But also, I heard stories of women. They say they'll start out doing it, but then stop. But they'll still stay by them though.
That's true.
You got a point. That is true.
She gonna stand beside him.
Miserable as shit, but she gonna stand beside him.
Yeah.
She gonna stand beside him.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like for him, he does come off a bit abrasive. And I've seen where he's trying to do a bit of women empowerment by saying, hey, women, like he'll say, if a man ain't taking care of you or helping take care of you to some extent, then leave him alone.
But is he coming from a financial standpoint?
That's what I don't like. It's always financial. Like when I see how
like you said,
he's very financial with it. And for me, that's why. It
does sound financial, because it's like, because there's some other things that like a man can provide that ain't necessarily gotta be financially. A man can provide security, knowing damn well as long as you with me, ain't shit going down. Nobody ain't gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gonna try that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Also, he's gonna be there mentally. And also you gonna have somebody to check on you. Hey, did you eat today? Did you make it home safely? You go out with your girls, good. Just text me when you make it home safe. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have somebody that's there for you, that's gonna care for you, and also that's gonna be there for you mentally. Like if you need somebody to vent to, that's not gonna be toxic about it, because you can vent to the wrong people and they'll have you doing crazy things. So there's some more elements a man can bring to the table than just finances.
I agree.
Very true. Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true. So that's why I definitely feel like with him, he financially, I get what he's saying, but it's like, yes, sir, there's more things than just the finances that a man is essential.
So can you blame the men that are coming back to bash him about that? Because if he's speaking for men, you got to speak for men in different avenues. You can't just talk about finances. Like if you're trying to talk for the men, you got to say everything. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like you got to speak at a level of finances, like you said, mental, spiritual. Like, are you talking about all those things, or are you just a financial advocate at this point?
His page comes off like that, very much more financial than anything. However, the men bash him, and he be coming at, and I think that's what makes him come at them harder, because he lives for the excitement that they come back with him on, as we can all see.
Oh, so he like one of them. I like drama.
Yeah, he does sound like drama. So
he loves.
My question will be to the men, like, why the hell y'all still support going this man page?
Thank you.
That's the same way I feel about that kid.
Like, that's kind of how I feel about when women go in on Kevin Samuels, because I'm like, y'all know what this man gonna talk about. So why the hell y'all continually going to his page if you don't agree? If you don't agree, turn it off. Don't support him if you don't agree.
Exactly. I don't follow that man. I don't listen to nothing he posts. It's like, if I already know I don't like you, why am I still listening to you? Why am I following you? Why am I entertaining you? You get what I'm saying? So I feel the same way with this guy. Like, if the guys keep coming to his page and bashing him and going back and forth, y'all choosing that.
Y'all love that.
Y'all giving him his platform.
Y'all love it.
Yeah, the same way with Kevin Samuels. Like, these women are giving him his platform.
I agree. I will say my biggest thing is when you look in his comments, it's like the men start to bash the women. And that's what gets me. Because when he'll say things like, some of his stuff are, listen, women, you need to get a guy that's going to take care of you, do for you, do that for you. And he's speaking to the women, and he'll say things like, you know, what we should be looking for. Like, hey, make sure he's doing this for you, taking care of you, you know, making sure you're getting your nails done, making sure that he'll say, this is why his page, I feel like, is very hard to look away from for a lot of men and women, is because he'll have that crude shit. And then he'll have some stuff on there that's like, hey, he should be making sure you eat at night. He should be making sure that your you know, your car ain't broke down, that your car is maintenance, that your car is being taken care of, which I can understand, because if I'm dating you and we are exclusively together and you're trying to get to that husband level, if I'm driving a car and my check engine or some freaking light gets on and you get in my damn car and you ain't even looking at that shit to say, hey babe, what's going on there? Let's check that out. Yeah, get your ass out my car. Because I can't see you further than a homeboy. If you're supposed to be my man, you should be making sure that your girl who you're with is driving safely, especially if you're trying to be my child's stepdaddy. Because I'm looking at you like, so you're gonna get in my car fucked up, and you ain't thinking about me, who you trying to be potentially married to in the future, and your stepchild. No, get my car. So when he says things like that, I kind of reside with it, but it's hard because it's like he comes with the reckless shit also. And men bash him because they're like, well, no, yeah.
Why they bashing the women?
They're bashing the women, saying, well, what about what she's doing? It's like, oh, what about her? Why she can't look on us? Why she can't? I'm like, why do men?
Oh, so they contradicted, and they'd be like, well, why the woman can't do this?
Like they're going in there with why the women can, or what if she a hoe? What if she a this? And I'm just like, why y'all just can't hear what the man's saying and be like, all right, you know, yeah, make sure why it has to be you attacking the woman oh, but what if she a hoe? What if she a user? How I know? Or what if she? Well,
my question is, why you messing with her?
Exactly, and who hurt you? So I mean, we want to hear what you got to say. Let's talk about that. Like, why do men, or do you know, like, why? It's like,
I feel like those men are upset and they just want a last shot on social media and they just want to take it out because they don't have nobody to lean on. And then I also question, like, who the hell do you vent to? Like, who the hell you lean on? Do you go see a therapist? Or like, are you okay? Because at a point in time, that shit just gets old. Like the whole bashing people on social media, that shit gets old at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't want the woman you're with to go back and pull up those comments, you know what I'm saying? Because some people, I've known some people to do that, be like, oh, you said this here, but some people don't understand that that the past is the past, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't understand that, hey, some things happened, you know, but some people get it, but then some don't. So those people that be bashing women, I'm like, you know, we just gonna get to a point where we just gotta stop bashing each other, because we should be at a time where we coming together, because the other communities of people, they don't be bashing each other on social media.
You better preach on now, player.
Sit back looking at us. Look at these niggas just bashing each other.
That part.
Y'all making all these other races of people look down on us because we just sit here in these comments going in and on each other when there's far more important things we need to be bashing and applying pressure to.
Exactly. You said a mouthful right there.
Caught the spirit, came back alive. You don't put the anointing in my life. I ain't got to go to church tomorrow. You don't preach. You don't preach. You don't preach already. You really did, because you hit so many key points. I am the woman who's going to research all your motherfucking comments and come back at you 14 years from now to say, what was this? Quick story. Gosh. A dude was trying to talk to me. Beautiful, as in like beautiful personality. Really nice.
Yeah.
Went back in my little repertoire of Facebook comments on his page. And this man was talking about, see, I could never put with a single mother because, she belonged to the streets and her kids. And
you pulled it up
and then he went into the thing about child support, and any woman who puts a nigga on child support ain't shit. And so, wait a minute. I said, hold on. I said, hey, babe. Hey, homie. I'm a single mother, and my ex is on child support. So I'm trying to figure out, am I not shit? He was like, oh, I've grown from that and learned from that. And I get that.
Yeah.
But it just maybe now I'm older and I'm wiser to understand, give people grace that they do grow and learn.
Right.
But my first inkling was hell to the no. And I held to the no him because I was like, I don't know if I can do this right now. And I was like, just starting my singleness. But yeah, you're right. People do bring up the past because I'm a researcher, junk. I'm going to see you commenting on a million people's pages and what you're saying. But I need to know your mind and what you're thinking at that time. But I love when you said different nationalities are looking at the Black race and laughing, because we do not stick together. We do not help each other.
I don't understand.
We don't do it. Why do you feel that we do not do that, my ex, Victor?
Because pride, ego, and money. That's why it's just we want all of those things. It's just and we feel like we gotta step on people's backs instead of coming together and attacking this thing together as a unit. We believe in divide and conquer instead of uniting and conquer. So it's just we don't get it. And also, so many people try to say is, oh, we weren't taught that and stuff. Well, guess what? We into technology. Now, players, what y'all gotta say now? We got
exactly.
I love that.
Exactly. I was just thinking that as you were talking. I'm just like, nobody can really use that excuse anymore. Like even that whole like, oh, my mama brought me up this way and this, like, no, stop. Like, you're an adult now. We're in 2021. Things have changed. Technology has changed. People are talking about self-care, healing, like therapists. It is true. It's so much going on that you have access to at this day and age. There's no excuse. I'm sorry.
She's right. Especially there's so much community, like the Latin community, Spanish community, they are heavy on supporting each other.
Heavy.
They are going to make sure they promote and support each other's businesses. And they'll even push their friends' business to the other communities in the streets. The person who does my daughter's cake, she's Spanish, and I use her predominantly because, well, I love her. I love her to death, but also because my daughter has a peanut allergy, and she's very cautious, and she has a nut-free bakery. So one thing is, when I said, oh, Mackenzie, my daughter's party's coming up, she was very quick to give me a whole email of people to use for different vendors.
And it's a whole bunch
of Spanish people. And they were all Spanish Latin people. And for me, it was so crazy because if I asked like somebody from our culture, African-American person for vendors, they're going to give you everybody else's a list of different cultures except our own. And that's why on Facebook, I made sure I joined this group called the Black Business Owners and a Black Coalition, to where I made it my point to use Black vendors. Like my daughter's party, other than her cake, everything is Black vendors, but also for medical providers, I made it my mission. I told myself this year is all medical providers will be Black, because I told myself I wanted to ensure whoever is taking care of my body knows my body, my dynamic, my anatomy. Even my daughter's doctor is a Black woman. That's true. I have no shame in my game because I do what's best as a mother for me and my Black child. I am not racist. I don't look down nobody's race, but I will say as a Black community, we need to lift up our own, because if we don't and we continue the way we are, we will never succeed in getting in front of the race. We will never be more successful than the others. And there's more of us than there are of any other culture. And that's what's so sad about it.
Yes, that's definitely what's sad. No, and I totally agree with you on everything you said. There ain't nothing racist about it. It's like we just gotta support our own, because other races of people do it as well. So they quit to go hard for their own. So we gotta go hard for ours and quit always asking 50 million questions to ours, and just go ahead and do it. If you got it, do it. If not, then just go get it.
I agree, because as a fitness trainer, somebody told me, well, you need a white client so you can draw white people. I was like, excuse me? She was like, you gotta stop training all Black people because they don't want to put the money up to your business. And they also they're not going to promote your business. And I'm gonna be very frank and real honest with you. It's true. All of my Caucasian clients who I've ever had have referred me because they've liked me, loved me, but all my Black clients, other than CC and a few of my friends who I've trained and whatever, others out there have not promoted me. It has more been like, oh, but they'll promote those on social media with 15,000 followers. Not saying they're in depth to promote me, but they're willing to show the Caucasian woman that's out there with 15 followers, or the Spanish chick out there with 15 million followers, but you won't show your own friend who's sitting in the backyard. So I do hear you what you're saying, and I don't think it's right. And that's why on our page, we've had conversations where if you do not promote us, we do not promote you. We're very big on that because we reciprocate support. Yeah. And people call it petty, I call it business.
No, I agree. I'm the same way. It's like y'all hit play on my stuff. I do the same way. It's us, and it's just I'm the same, because it's just so you get tired of helping people out, but then them same people, they just go ghost on you, or they just go out of business or something like that.
Exactly. And I think the Black community needs to stand up, especially with podcasting, stand up and support your own. I mean, there's enough money for all of us to eat. We see it in different communities. Yeah. We need to also stand up for our own, be there for our own, and stop seeing it as a competition, because it does look like that. Yes. It definitely does. And that's not fair. I love your viewpoint on that. I love what you said about that when it comes to jealousy, trying to get ahead, stepping on each other's heads. The Black community jealous of each other, heavy. And it's like, why? Like, why the jealousy? Why the setback? Especially when it comes to between men. I feel like a man and woman should never be jealous of each other, because I really don't see what I'm jealous of a man for. I really don't. I don't understand male and female jealousy. I really don't, because for me, it's like, you got a penis, I got a vagina. I mean, we can never be the same. We will never be the same. It's like, you're never gonna, you're not. Right. I don't want to look like you. I love being a woman. Just to say, there is surgery that can make it happen. Yeah, I don't want that.
But who trying to do that when there's a high rate of Black trans people getting killed?
There you go. That part. There you go. There you go. Look at the the Black woman who she's, hearing impaired, and she was doing sign language, and they thought that girl was throwing up gang signs and about to kill her. It was all over social media.
Yeah.
They thought she was doing gang signs.
Yeah.
And she was trying to tell them, I'm deaf. And they were like, no, we saw you throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
Like, we need to educate our community that, listen, we're bigger and powerful in numbers. And that's the only way to succeed. And even if you're doing this party for me this week and I find another Black vendor, I'm gonna give them the party I'm gonna give them the business for the next party. And I'm gonna call you back for the other. I'm gonna separate my business so we can all eat. There has to be that in this community. So for just some ending thoughts, we want to get in there with you and to really dig into your mind before you give us your last thoughts on this topic. With supporting the community and supporting Black people in the community, put it like that.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this. Do you feel like Black men really do support Black women?
I feel like some do and some don't. Because I feel like some will support if it's beneficial to them, and then there's some that just don't, because I don't know why they don't. I think maybe they just like, this woman ain't with me, so I'm just not going to support her, or she's just not a friend, so I'm not going to support her. So, which I think is stupid. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to support the ones that support you, you know what I'm saying? So if, like I said, most times, I know personally, I do support the Black women that do support me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely good with reciprocating support. Like some of my counterparts who they just need to get better at overall.
I agree.
And I love what you just said. Now, before we even close and wrap up, what are some ending thoughts? It could be anything. Could we just start doing this because we love when people do it to us?
Yeah.
It can be about what we talked about. It can be about your podcast. It can be about what you do for a living. You can even shoot like a dating quick reel, like, hey, my name is so-and-so, this or whatever you want to talk about.
Any
advice,
thoughts that you want to share.
Overall, my thoughts is we just need to support Black. We need to support Black things all in 2021 and 2022. And if we just get behind each other, we'll fuck some shit up for real. If we just all get behind each other, no matter what, no matter whether they, city, different places, get behind each other and we'll just fuck some shit up.
Facts.
Ooh, love it. Facts. Love it. Now tell us where our followers and listeners can find you. So Problematics, listen up.
All right, Problematics. If you want the podcast, it's on Liquor Talk Podcast. It's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. YouTube is coming back real soon. Now, if you want me, the person, the man behind Liquor Talk, Twitter is Real V Jones and Instagram is Real V Jones. Now, if you want the podcast Instagram page, it's Liquor Talk Podcast. So that's where you want to get a hold of me. Now, if you're interested in being on the podcast, just go ahead and shoot me a DM. I'm just a DM away.
No, amazing. Now I see why the rest of them love your ass so much.
You see?
I can see it now. I see it now. I can see it now. Hold on.
Listen.
I see it. Cause they be like, you gotta get with Victor. Victor is about. I'm like
he just be flowing with it.
I'm gonna check a little Victor out. I'm gonna check a little Victor out. But now I see why they love you so much, because you definitely are a vibe. You have a calming spirit, but when you talk, it's like then it's like, I'm gonna chill.
Next time we gotta have our liquor. We were sipping water today, but we're gonna have liquor on yours. Okay. You gotta let us know what liquor we doing, and we gonna be there.
I'm gonna sleep over Cece house. I'm gonna be lit.
Well, right now I still got this bottle of tequila, so y'all might want to get the tequila for it.
We down for tequila now.
Yeah, tequila.
I love the tequila.
I heard tequila gets you pregnant, but I got an IUD, so I ain't gonna worry about that.
Wait a minute, sis.
I heard tequila gets you lit. Let me tell you something, Victor. Don't have them kids in the streets now. Tequila gets them pregnant, okay?
Oh God.
I'm gonna tell you. I wouldn't know, but I heard.
Lord,
so on that note, thank you for being on our platform and bringing just your
energy, your vibe.
Yes,
thank you so
everything
much.
About
we appreciate it.
Really, really.
And I appreciate y'all for having me on. It was fun.
It was.
Definitely. And on that note, bye.